which of our stories are based. Was this story based? Yes. Was this story based? Yes, it was.
If you thought this story was based, you're right.
This tale of a mysterious...
Hey guys, how's it going? And we have some based updates in the ongoing lawsuit between H3H3, kaceytron, Denims, and what's that loser's name? Frogan. Frogan, the two-time runner-up for Rising Star Award for the Twitch Awards. Very, very fun. Let me know how it's been going. I think it's been about 6 days since the last stream. Hit the like button, as you should have already done. Now, if you need a bit of a reminder what happened here, H3H3 is on his villain arc versus Twitch and the legions and the minions of Hassan. And he started a little bit of a trap. He put out the H3H3 content nuke on Hassan. And what he did is he registered it with the Library of Congress, which is an important step you need to take if you want to sue someone for copyright infringement and also try and claim damages. And this is what he did. He set everything up. He set them going, and he was trying to. He's going on a bit of a fishing trip. He wanted to get Hassan. He didn't get Hassan. Then he was like, okay, just watch it anyway. Just watch it anyway. And now, if Hassan did watch it, he probably would have been totally fine because H3's asking him to watch it. But what these three ladies did, and this is the kaceytron on the screen we have here. What these three ladies did. This is the first of the three. So let me know in the poll if you think he's going to get victory 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 3. On his expedition. He's going whaling. He's going whaling. Is that they did something really, really stupid. And that is they specifically said you could watch Ethan's content nuke on their channels ethically by not giving him any views without making it substantially transformative. Of course, if you react to something online, you can make it transformative. They did not do that. They just wanted you to watch it on their channels to cause damage to H3H3. And they said this explicitly. So H3 got his targets, 3 people out of the people on Twitch that watched it, and he sued them. And everyone's like, no. This lawsuit is totally frivolous. There's no way that he could win. Well, we now have the first victim. That is kaceytron. Now, kaceytron in particular was in a bad position because I believe she did actually raise quite a bit of money for this. Like maybe the highest. I'm not sure. Denim says about $50,000 if I remember correctly. But she had some of the dumbest defenses that I have ever heard. One time she deleted the VOD and she said, I never watched it. I never watched it. And then she was claiming that Ethan was like taking her stream clips and playing it over like in the corner of the screen like I am now so that she could claim that he was fraudulently lying about her watching it and say it's not true. Literally the it's not true defense. Then she said the I'm too stoned defense. Then it was the well he's attacking women defense. To which H3 said, well, okay, well let's try and include a man in this, which was kind of a joke. But what's not a joke is that BobTube has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much. Of course, if you join as a member on YouTube, you get access to the Discord, but you may want to delete your Discord after tonight's stream because we're going to look at a very depressing story about how the Discord goon squad is infecting every aspect of the platform, which is something we've known about for a while, but is very, very disheartening. But let's see what kaceytron has to say from herself, but we'll watch it with the lens of Ethan. So you can see Ethan H3 down there. He hasn't been funny in a long time. Used to be obviously Vape Nation guy. He's become very, very funny recently with this lawsuit, and I'm loving every laugh. So let's take a look. What does she have to say?
I don't want to see any.
Let me know if the audio is everything's good in that.
Any negative. I don't want to see people being rude to her. I genuinely have forgiven her.
Now he has Tourette's, so he does a lot of twitching and stuff like that if you've never seen him before. But okay, that's very nice of him. I disagree with him on this point. I think you should. Well, I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to do anything, but I think I know what I'd like to see.
Moving on.
What, the camera disconnected already?
I don't want to see anybody being. I'm being dead serious. No, let's not be nasty to her, guys. This is it. Okay, it's over. We won. That's it. We won, right?
They won.
Let's just move on and thank her. Thank you.
For infringing.
I'm being dead serious. Please do not.
The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the law.
So first of all, what's happened here is that they have settled. She's out of the lawsuit, and as part of the settlement, she has to give this statement. The first statement she says, this is not a frivolous lawsuit, which is one of the things people were saying.
lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny. It was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community.
Now, does she believe any of this? Not really. Not really. But it is very, very funny. She's forced to say that, yes, she's got a gun to her head. Yes, she's reading from a script. That's part of their settlement. Now, that doesn't mean what she's saying isn't true. Clearly, this lawsuit must have merit because she decided that she did not want to take it to court and she wanted to settle because she is admitting that she was wrong.
It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker.
That's right. The rats, they spend all day simping. They spend all day clawing at the walls for clout. Hassan didn't even send them any support. This must have come out as part of their negotiations. It would be illegal, I believe, to force someone to say something that's not true as part of a settlement statement. So this is the facts of the matter, is that Hassan, the millionaire socialite that pretends to be a socialist, has given zero support to the simps that spend all day defending him and trying to, cut off a little piece for themselves. Very, very funny. Now, now Hassan's audience is calling this an absolute W. They say that because, and this is what they've been saying in their Reddits and things like that, okay? They're saying that if he had supported them in any way, then clearly it would have been a conspiracy, colluding against the clients. So he's just they're all operating like independent terrorist cells, which is kind of apropos, in my opinion. What is this? Know any drama about the latest Alyssa Clips video? I don't know what is the latest Alyssa Clips video. Let's take a quick look. Alyssa Clips, obviously friend of the channel. Does a lot of good work. Let's see what she's talking about. Oh, that Andrew Wilson will not be debating. So Andrew Wilson is one of those fake red pill guys. He talks a big game about being an alpha Chad and that you gotta marry your 20-year-old virgin after you've had, you've laid like 100 chicks or something. But he got destroyed by a feminist on the Whatever podcast. And she said well, actually, you claim to be an alpha, but you married a chick that's got 3 baby daddies. And then he absolutely spurred out. And it was very, very funny. And everyone made fun of this. It's very much a very similar case to, I would say, Chuck Murphy. But Nick made fun of it, and then he got called out. And now he's he's hungry for relevance because, his last couple of streams only did 500, 300. So he's trying to attach himself to bigger names because Andrew Wilson gets 9,000 subscribers. So that's the context on that. Anyway, back to the clip.
Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support.
He doesn't even say good luck. It's like that clip, So that's it after 20 years. So long, good luck. I don't recall saying good luck. Oh my goodness, what a petty bitch snake these people are. So funny. You loving every laugh.
Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me.
Yeah, it's very easy to get support when you sympathy, when you just say oh yeah, maybe I'll help them, maybe I'll throw them a bone, but yeah, suffer. Small, sad face. Oh, so sad.
Without providing any. As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the clients.
Total H3's people victory. With Jews you win. Not only is she bowing out. And here's the funny thing about lawsuits. The first person to get a deal gets the best deal. There's 3 rats on this ship, and she's the first one off. It's not panicking if you're the first one off. She's out. I think she raised somewhere in the realm of $30,000 to $50,000. Now she's going to pay her lawyers first. Realistically, this is going to use up all of the rest of the retainer. She actually tried to pocket this money because she's such a slimy chick. Okay, she tried to get out of this and take all the money and run, but all of the money. If you're I mean, I don't think there would be, but if you are an Hassan Orbiter fan or kaceytron simp who gave Milady the money so that she could escape from this lawsuit, it's all going to Ethan. Anything that's left, it's all going to Ethan. Now, again, I think that most of the money is probably going to go to her lawyer's fees and things like that, but that is very funny that the supply lines have been secured, the first rat is off the ship, and the rest of the resources, all the tea is going to Ethan. Now the question is, who's going to be next? There's Denims and there's Frogan. Now, if I was doing a strategy, like if I was trying to figure out some way we could game this the best way for, like, you know, salvage some small victory from the jaws of defeat, I would say that Denims would have to come out next because she has the most to lose. Like if Frogan's the last one holding the bag, and the last one holding the bag is going to get the worst deal and potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages and lawyers' fees, I would make it Frogan because she's got no money anyway. So good luck collecting from her, right? Denims actually has quite a lot to lose. She's quite successful on Twitch. She's got her own OF, which I assume is successful because if people are going to pay her money on Twitch, I'm sure they'd pay a little extra to see her take her clothes off for $5 dues. But it actually might not go that way, as it seems that Denims has put out a statement that we're going to check out after this.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits.
Hashtag no refunds. No refunds.
For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the clients in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated.
This is why you want to get out of these things first. You get the best deal. Yeah, you have to be the rat, but I mean, essentially, she didn't really lose anything. If all of her lawyer's fees are covered by the GoFundMe, the rest of it goes to Ethan, she got out with a really good deal. She'll have no financial damage. She'll have she was going to have lasting reputational damage, but it's not going to matter because the stoners that watch her, that just like her because she's a big titty streamer, they won't give a shit after a while. Billy Oki says, hope Frogan is last and also gay. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Denims does want to fight, apparently, allegedly. I think she's expecting to get a lot of support from Hassan and or her supporters. But she did put out a statement saying so.
To help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable.
Oh, I forgot about that, actually. Hold on a second. That's another clip I need to get for this. Let me see if I can find that real clip while this is playing.
I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better. I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia.
Yeah.
I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity. Yeah.
That's about as much money as they've raised for this lawsuit between Denims and kaceytron.
Recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Imagine that. Talking shit online doesn't actually accomplish anything. You actually have to go out there and do things or put your money where your mouth is. Unfortunately, she's put her money right into Ethan's pocket.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should
get down and kiss the feet. Kiss the feet, kaceytron. I mean, I guess it's better than being forced to pay, potentially tens of thousands of dollars worth of damages at the end of all this.
Concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the clients success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Is H3 off screen holding a gun? Kind of, because the gun is, this is his gun. This is his gun right here. It's his wallet. He can afford to do this vanity lawsuit. The rest of them cannot. And it's kind of a slam dunk case, honestly, because they admitted to saying, watch it here so he does not get any views. And then they just silently chair react because they never put any sort of criticism or any sort of transformative nature to their videos. They just sit there getting stoned or drinking in kaceytron's situation, and they just freeboot content and steal content. And normally you would not be able to get damages for this. And also normally it would be a very difficult case to prove, but they have them on tape admitting to doing this. And also, like I said, before publishing this video on YouTube, Ethan registered this as a copyrighted work in the Library of Commerce. Oh, sorry, the Library of Congress, which is, again, one of the things you need to do if you want to sue for damages. So they really are going to have a bad time with this one. It's probably going to drag on for, like, if Denims actually takes this to court, it'll probably drag on for like a year or two. Ultimately, though, it doesn't look good for her at all. Megsley says with a 5, bent butt. Jim has recently been tweeting about the value of silver skyrocketing. Coincidence? Oh, yes, Mr. Medica Jim was talking about silver. Coincidence? Blue and white star flag Google has censored. Okay. I see. It's a Jew incidence is what I think you're talking about. Okay. Silver's an interesting one. I don't really have any... Oh, actually, I do have a little bit of silver, but it's just a couple of coins. I've got a couple of gold coins as well. But, yeah, they're nice. People are expecting that the economy is about to collapse, though, because the silver's going up. Not sure about it. We'll see.
Just sit on that for a sec.
He's going to play his victory speech. All right, there you go. Now, there was a clip of Asmongold saying, apology not accepted, from what kaceytron said about his mother, because they were just dancing on her grave, essentially, being very, very mean. Very, very mean. There was this clip from Hassan. Let's see. Hassan's financial support towards kaceytron is being called into question on livestream fails after Casey's apology mentioned Piker. Oh, socialist. Why won't he give these guys money? Trust me, if I offer support, you won't know about it. And this is something that a lot of people do. And honestly, I think if you do give charity, you shouldn't tell people about it. Like, I kind of do find it a bit grimy when people talk about all the money they've given to charity. It seems like you're just doing it for your own benefit. But it can't really complain because ultimately it does help people. But let's see what Hassan actually had to say.
Oh, socialist, why won't he give these guys money? Trust me, if I offer support, you won't know about it.
So the implication there is, of course, that he is giving money, but he just doesn't want to, grandize it.
Okay.
So like these people in this lawsuit, perhaps.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support.
Nothing.
Speaking honest.
You lose. Good day, sir. You get nothing. It is so very funny. Hassan has been going on this like China arc where he went over there and he's like glazing the CCP. Very disgusting behavior. He's talking about how amazing it is to go over there and see Gucci shops next to Soviet-era blocks, completely denying any of the atrocities that the Chinese government is committing in recent years. But he's just a shill. He's a shill for big China. Straight Shot says with a 2. She's poor. She's sorry. Her mum was also poor. I don't know anything about her mum. But she did say she was supporting 3 disabled people. So I guess maybe that's one of them.
I
think that's the rest. That's all the part of the clip there. It's just kind of
behind this.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. All right, let me see. What was this one? Ethan Klein reacts to Hassan's comments on kaceytron's apology. Let's take a look at this.
Okay, let me pull this up. This is good. So Hassan reacted to kaceytron's apology.
Is there like a black box around the screen now? Was that always there? Or is StreamYard changing things again?
And it sounds like there's something here I should respond to. It sounds like he's not taking accountability. Now let's see. Ethan, he says I'm behaving like Israel. In what way am I behaving?
What? Now, wait a minute, Mr. Piker. What do you mean by that? Just because Ethan took over kaceytron's all of her GoFundMe money? Is this like a, what is it, Gaza Strip comment? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like Israel? Can you
Oh my
please?
God.
Can you please take responsibility and not make everything about Israel? This has
absolutely.
nothing to do with Israel, bro. This is about copyright
Actually, it
infringement.
already
What are you
seems like it's
talking
going
about?
fast.
You said you were
No.
going to help her. You didn't.
No, that's crazy.
Why is all the videos so fucked up? Okay, here.
His internet
Something with
shit.
Reddit, I don't know.
All right, so
Reddit
here's
is shit,
Hassan.
though.
He reacted to it. Let's see.
This is a sincerely written apology. No, they're gonna fucking be like, well, since this is brought up, they made her apologize to Asmongold too. This shit's got to stop. Again, great.
Didn't make her do anything. And by
Well, like, yes and no. The threat, the when you go to the negotiating table, you have the option of going to court or settling. You're like, all right, well, let's settle. What if I give you the money? And this is what she tried to do first. She tried to give all the money to Ethan first. He said no. So they had to negotiate for more. And it's like, well, what do you want? They would say, well, we want you to issue a public apology. And if Hassan has given any of you support, you tell us about that. It's like, well, he didn't give me any support. Okay, we want you to include that. I'm not sure if they would force, or at least ask her to talk about Asmongold, but it seems possible.
the way, she did not lie in that at all. In fact, she said she would testify under oath to everything she said in it.
Oh, wait, here's the clip, actually. Thank you. Somebody sent it in.
Weaponizing
this is a quick one.
the death of Asmongold's mother
Oh.
was inexcusable.
It sure was. That's why it's not getting excused. Apology not accepted. You did this because of a lawyer.
I mean, he's not wrong. It is still very funny, though. There we go. All right, I'll get back to this one.
I would never ask her to lie for in an apology. That's just
Also, I'm pretty sure asking someone to lie would be committing perjury in this instance. Actually, I'm not sure, but it feels like, and I will go on the record saying that it's my best understanding that you cannot ask someone to tell an untruth in a civil case as part of a settlement. That seems like something that you cannot do. But I am not a lawyer, so now you can make requests, of course. Like, oh well, could you say you're sorry to Asmongold? And she can say, well, yeah, of course. Now, is she really sorry? I don't think so. So is she lying about that? I suppose. But like the statement specifically, like, did Hassan give you money? If she says no in her statement and Hassan comes up and says, well, actually, I did give her this money, that's going to be very bad for his case. So I believe that would be true, that he did not give her any support or money.
and nor did she want to or did. It was all truthful and genuine.
And no lawyers would allow that bullshit either. you know?
Yeah.
I would assume so, yeah.
If you are getting your rocks off of
As MLS says, you can create legal fictions and settlement agreements so long as they do not harm third parties. Well, there you go. Interesting.
basically trying to bankrupt a random
Let me see. I'm just thinking about her statement. Is there anything she said that could harm the other defendants? She said that the lawsuit is with merit. So does she believe that? I don't think so. That would potentially harm the other, because they might not make the argument that it's not, there is no merit to this lawsuit. It's like, well, actually there is, because one person has already said so, and they've also settled because of that reason.
person on
So she started it by saying it's not frivolous. Okay, and I understand why you have a vested interest in framing it that way, because you are one of the top offenders for stealing content. You are known for leaving your chair and letting copyrighted footage play while you are not even sitting.
You can tell that Ethan was really hoping to get the big fish in this one. Like, he was really hoping that Hassan, before he asked Hassan to react to it, would chair react to it so he could do the big lawsuit. That would be really entertaining too, because it's like two people with kind of equal-sized wallets going at each other. The fallout would have been amazing, and you know both of them won't admit that they're wrong. But I guess consolation prize is to catch a couple orbiters.
So certainly I understand your bias on that matter because you have a vested interest in it, and it's only a matter of time before you get sued for doing something similar. Unfortunately, you did fair use my video, and so I never intended on suing you personally, but there were people.
I don't know if I believe this. I think that he was hoping that he could get away with it, but Hassan eventually watched it, but he did do it in a transformative way, unlike the others, who specifically said that they were just playing it on screen so that Ethan wouldn't get the view and they did no reacting or any transformative content on that.
People who maliciously stole my content, and that is a problem. Dumbass, loser, idiot, liar, broke. Apparently he's broke. Smaug. What's broke? What's smog but without gold? I don't know. We can just watch.
What did he mean by that? What is Smaug without its gold? Like from The Hobbit? A broke dragon? I don't know.
Online, so much so that they might become homeless, and you make them shoot an
She not okay.
Kurt and Sean in the chat. I know, like all the lore tube, they come to my stream and steal all of my takes, and then they claim that they have legal knowledge about these events, and then they're just repeating what I said. It's all like downstream from my stream. That's why I stream early in the morning, so that they have stuff to talk about in the afternoon. You know it's true. No, just kidding. But no, I just pretend to know that I'm talking about.
ISIS style hostage video in the process of mediator, and that's how we can get your rocks off. You are one of the biggest, most pathetic losers of all.
Are you going to address what she said? So I'm an asshole, right? But like what she said about you is kind of incendiary, and you should respond to it. She said you made it seem like you were going to reach out to help, and you didn't even reach out to her at all, despite insinuating that you would.
Like he didn't even send her a message saying like, nice tits, by the way, good luck with the lawsuit.
She said you wanted public credit without doing any of the work. So, okay, you can call me an asshole, but what about what she said? Is it true? Because I've noticed that. He's not
all fucking time torturing small streamers to get your fucking...
I wouldn't call kaceytron small. That's a huge bitch. But, I mean, I guess Frogan has a small amount of viewers. I think kaceytron... Didn't she get like... She used to be pretty big. I think she was one of the biggest booby streamers on the platform for a while. Before the meta kind of moved away from that. The booby streamers had to adapt into hot tub streamers. That was much too much work for kaceytron, so she just started to get weed and get fat.
kaceytron's one of the most... Okay, whatever. I don't...
Rocks off. Like the absolute...
Why do you keep saying rocks off? What is that? The phrase of the day? Rocks off?
Loser that you are. Congratulations. You got your fucking legal...
I've noticed he is really not... He's really avoiding the substance of what she said about
Yeah,
him.
let's just stick to name calling,
really
insults,
avoiding
and
it.
anything but actually talking about it.
I mean, this is the Hassan classic, though. Like, you never address someone's argument. You just talk about what you can make fun of them for. I mean, I do the same thing a lot of the times. But I try to have a little bit of integrity in the things that I say. Although a lot of it is just for the lols.
It's almost like she was telling the truth. And he is afraid for people to find out that he's actually just a giant scumbag that didn't offer them help at all. As far as I'm aware, he didn't offer any of them help, as far as I'm aware.
More people have viewed DSP this month. Isn't DSP having a resurgence, though? Like, he's making $2,000 a week. He was on Asmongold's show. Will it last? Probably not. But, like, unironically, it's like... This is probably the happiest week in DSP's life in the last 10 years, so... He should enjoy it while it lasts, because I have a feeling it's not going to last very long.
Court-mandated apology.
It's not a court... Bro, you're such an idiot. There's no such thing as a court-mandated apology. This is a mediation, okay? The court doesn't demand that we settle it at all. This is just to try to bring the parties together to resolve it before going to court and taking up the clogging up the court system and this and that. It's just, it's a good idea. And luckily for all of us, we were able to actually come to an amicable agreement. So the mediation process does work. It's not court ordered, bro. This is
kaceytron was trying to get out of this like really quick, though. She had some of the dumbest ideas of how to get out. Like I said, she tried to pretend that she never reacted to it by deleting the VOD, which is destruction of evidence. She tried to pretend that she was too stoned to even know it was on the stream, which, again, it's not like you can't just... Oh, officer, I didn't know I was driving drunk. I was too stoned. No, it doesn't work like that. Then she tried to literally buy Ethan off. She also tried to exit the lawsuit and just take the money and run, which I believe, again, was like around 50K in her case. So she tried to just pocket everything, and now Ethan's pocketing it. So play stupid games is, I guess, all I can say about that.
a lawsuit, you dipshit. You literally don't even know anything.
And it wasn't even to serve any sort of justice whatsoever. It was because you had a lot of fucking money. You had...
Yes, Ethan has Tourette's, so he has a lot of weird gestures and sniffs and coughs and things like that.
A lot more money.
You know who has a lot of money? You. And I've noticed
he has a lot of money for a socialist, but I guess the socialists at the top always have a lot of money. They have a lot of other people's money. They have a lot of like very luxurious lifestyles, while the the poor streamers, the poor stream chat toils away in the engagement mines, I suppose.
Really avoiding the thing that she said, which is that you implied you would be helping her, and yet you did not even reach out to her. Please address that. I'm an asshole. Sure, I accept that. You're right. I'm an asshole.
I think it'd be interesting if he thinks it's such a frivolous lawsuit. Like, go ahead and explain what's so frivolous about it. Was there no copyright infringement? Like, I'd like to hear him explain how.
And this is like, it is a good point that Healer makes here, because they admitted to doing what they were doing, which was infringing his copyright. It was registered as a copyright. Seems like a pretty easy case, honestly. Especially when you have videotapes of them saying, here's how you can watch Ethan's video ethically without giving him a view, and then you don't do anything to make it transformative. You kind of walked right into this one, and you might argue that that's entrapment, perhaps, but you're allowed to do that, apparently. So it's basically GG, no re.
Sure, yeah, I'd love to hear that too. I mean, that'd be.
But he'll never talk about the actual substance of it.
Not only that, she expressed in a very, in a genuine way, that she, on a personal level, was felt upset that he never reached out to her after insinuating he would. That's her saying that, bro. That's not me. Okay, like, accept some responsibility, brother, and address the actual substance of the argument.
Than they did.
Or not. Private citizens are A-okay to do entrapment, right? I mean, you can set legal traps, yes, apparently. That is okay. So, is entrapment the right word? Maybe not, but I mean, this is what he did. He did set a trap. They walked into the trap, and now one of them has given over all of their GoFundMe money to Ethan.
That's even not.
Minus whatever cost the lawyers that she had. It's pretty early in the case, though, so it's maybe they didn't even spend that much.
Argument. It's a statement of fact.
So you could...
If you reached out, that would be extraordinarily easy for you to prove. Be like, here it is. I reached out. Here's the email. I called her on this day. I did that.
Bury them in a mountain.
But you're not doing that. You're just calling me a dickhead. I cannot make her lie. No, that's ridiculous. And nor would I ask to, but no. There was no, that's ridiculous. Everything is engaged in good faith here. There's no lying. Everybody is honest and straightforward. And again, she said she would testify under oath. So, I mean, she's not lying. I mean, she's not.
Now she's just an asset in Ethan's war campaign.
Paperwork.
But like I said, he could prove it immediately if he reached out to her or any of the other two.
Okay.
It's almost.
I wonder if he's going to reach out now. Although it wouldn't really matter because it would be dated, right? If it came out upon discovery or it came out as part of another settlement agreement. I would assume that he didn't offer any of them anything because that's the way he is. Like, they're all operating by themselves. It's everyone for themselves. But Hassan actually has people on his side because they're just trying to claw off just a little taste. Just a little. Can you give me a taste of Clout Master? No. Nothing. Not even good luck.
It's like he could just show you the caller on Kaya when it was happening, right?
He could have. It's so easy to prove.
Some things are so simple.
He could have so easily proved that he didn't electrocute his dog in the moment he was caught doing it.
But he'll just change the story like 15 times maybe
like, bro,
over like a month.
Literally just like that is. He literally blamed Israel. He blamed Israel. He blamed. He says, "I'm acting like Israel." I don't even know what the fuck that means.
What do you mean? Kaya was a Mossad plant all along. They trained this dog. Like, oh, this $10,000 puppy is just available when I'm looking for a dog. Excellent. I'll just take it. It was all the long con. Oh my goodness. Good doggo. Activate the sleeper agent Kaya.
And then he goes, "Oh yeah, the shock dog thing is the Israel."
Zionist talking.
Zionist talking like, "Oh fuck, bro! When is that going to stop working?" Like, please, there has to be a limit to what you can blame on the Zionists. There has to be.
We'll see.
No, you're in the right, dude. Everybody knows that's what real winners do. And the reality of the matter is, yeah. By the way, Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is like,
what is that even?
All right, now the reality here, if you're not familiar with Twitch, is Twitch has got a lot of moderation policies and things like that. Though it's pretty easy to make fun of Israel and Jewish people on Twitch, as it appears. By saying he's acting like Israel, what he's saying is Ethan is being such a Jew. That's what he wants to say, but he doesn't want to say that out loud because that's very bad if you get clipped. So that's what he means.
What do you mean?
It's pretty obvious what it means, but it's just that's how they have to say it now.
Real style behavior.
How?
This is real. The reality of the matter is, if anyone,
I'm not. I don't even know what he means.
I would love to hear what he means.
Like,
by
I can't
that.
even guess.
What? Yeah, what?
Jewish.
You're acting like Jew.
I mean,
That's literally what it is.
Jewish.
like because
Jewish,
I mean, like if you're just talking behavior, like what does Israel do? Like they have money and make people say forced confessions about things that like what?
No.
I mean,
That's never happened. What are you talking about? By the way, that's not what happened. That's what he says happened. Just for the record, if people try to clip me and say I
by the way, it's not my audio that's making the kind of the tinny, echoey thing. It's the actual clip.
did that. That's not.
No,
what
but yeah, it's not. That's not something that you can think of as like.
did he just call me a
directly.
Jew?
I really wonder.
Because I don't know what that means otherwise, and maybe he can explain. You know.
Yes, that's what he did. That's what he's doing here. It's pretty obvious, but he wants to get away with the terms of service things. It's like how we have to say Minecraft sometimes. Though I think that the pendulum is starting to swing back. What? My camera's being weird again. What the heck is going on here? Why is it freeze framing me? What is this? Oh my goodness. Just give me a second, chat. Let me try and fix this. Oh my goodness. Oh no good, dude. Maybe if I unplug it and put it back in. Any tech support in the chat? Boomer? I don't know. No, I think it's my cable. I think it's just my cable. It's not good. All right. Is this working now? Okay, it's working now. There we go. It's a bad cable, chat, okay? All right, we're going back in. Sorry to making all the beeping sounds. I know everyone's checking their PC right now. Oh, is that by something? No, it's me.
He's acting
And
like Israel.
the reality of the matter is,
It's crazy.
by the way,
It's true, I can't afford, not with this support that we're getting today. No, I don't think.
Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is
Like what?
You better explain what that means, because it sounds really weird and bad.
Yeah.
Surely he'll explain.
style behavior. But the reality actually looks at that. If anyone actually looks at any of those statements whatsoever and turns around and says, wow, this is justice has been served here, they're already a fucking loser too.
Well, I
But
suggest
no,
people.
he doesn't explain it. The Israel.
Bro, what do you
Jewish.
mean? I really think you should explain what you mean by that.
I mean, of course he won't, but it would be very funny if he did.
Jewish.
All right.
Alrighty. All right. So I think the next part of this. Well, what was this I have there? Let's see. There are two things that everyone should bear in mind tonight, regardless of how you feel about me. Everything kaceytron said in her apology is true. Fair enough. Does the lawsuit have merit? Yes, it does. She wouldn't have settled, and also, just on the face of it, did she get support from her son? No. Maybe she's just not sorry, I guess. Like, she's not authentically sorry, but the second part was, to my knowledge, Hassan has not contacted or offered financial support or otherwise to any of the three defendants. Interesting. New cable equals new. I've got a bunch of USB cables. I'll just switch out that one. It's been giving me trouble recently for things. All right, this brings us to Denim's TV. Maybe I should put a picture of her on stream so that you guys can simp for her briefly. Because I know there's some of you in the chat are desperate enough for that. What is it? Twitch name? Denim's TV. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Now, Denim's is a character I really only knew from EFAP. Here's a picture of it. Like, here's her pinned post. She's not even wearing pants in it, but it's kind of like she's got a skirt on. This is Denim's, okay? She's wearing a shirt that says, Dick Cheney died on the day that Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor of New York City. And it says best ever. She's got her cocoa on the thing. Let's have a quick room check. I mean, it's probably better than my room, I suppose. I've got equally gay lighting, so there you go. That's her. She is the third defendant in this. There is kaceytron is out. Frogan allegedly is departing as well. And kaceytron said she's sticking in. So what does she say today? She said, this apology, which we can only assume was somehow forced to extract a settlement, was painful to listen to. No, I think it was very funny, personally. It is absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hassan. Hold on, my throat's kind of killing me today. Doing silly voices, which is my regular voice. Puts strain on the old vocal cords. Hassan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain. Yes, he's Lex Luthor is what the people are calling him in this way. While it is unfortunate that Ethan appears to have been able to exert control over her in this way, he's financially dominating her. I am happy that kaceytron was given the opportunity to minimize the harm to her family, avoid the risk of losing her home, and move on from Ethan's lawsuit. I want to make several things clear. My trial date is the 26th of October 2026, so it's, about 10 months away. And I look forward to beating Ethan in court, while Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein. Like, if Frogan caves and puts out the apology video, that's going to be over for her, because she's already struggling at the 100 viewers live after selling her soul to Twitch and to Hassan and to Dan Clancy and being the Rising Star Award 2 times in a row. She can't even get above 100 viewers, which is embarrassing. I mean, I know I've got a small stream, but it's not that small, thank God. But if Frogan has to put out the apology, then that's it for her, because she's doing that poorly with that much support. So what happens when she's a traitor, she's a rat? Maybe she's going to have to become a booby streamer just like Denims, who knows? Likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein, which is a decision I doubt they made lightly. Yes, they're all very heavy, chat. They're fat. Settling like this is not an option for me. It is not an option for me because it would set a precedent that endangers the financial security of any streamer that creates reaction content. Well, first of all, a key point in reaction content is reacting. That makes it different. Now, that's something that you are challenged with, which is why there's an entire 8-hour... Well, actually, I don't know if it's 8 hours, but it's probably pretty long. There's an entire EFAP episode talking about just how little reacting you actually do. And also, it's a very funny episode. That's how I first saw her, and they call her dumb a bunch of times. It's truly a very entertaining EFAP. But there's an interesting thing here, because Ethan was originally part of a lawsuit. Like, kind of one of the things that raised him to the fame that he has today was that he was actually sued for copyright infringement by a guy that was making this, like, fitness skit videos that were really cringe. And Ethan won that. So Ethan has experienced having a copyright-related lawsuit in the past, and now he's on the opposite side. But it seems like he's got a pretty good case. Especially since they fucking admitted to the crime. If you create content that involves some commenting on videos on Twitch, or just enjoy consuming reaction content, if you guys enjoy consuming, you should be on my side. Well, no, because there's a difference between freebooting content and actually reacting, transforming, or at least putting some input into things. If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you. That's not going to happen. I very much doubt it. I watched and reacted to Ethan's highly anticipated content nuke shortly after it aired. Make no mistake, my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video in length. I think that's because you were reading super chats and talking to the chat and getting up and going to the toilet. That doesn't actually count as transformative. You know, putting the chat on something doesn't make it transformative in of itself. Consuming the content and watching it does not make it transformative in of itself. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to it, critiquing and commenting on his video, and the content in it, during which I paused 210 times. That means I added 120% of the runtime in the commentary. Now, interestingly, adding runtime to a video does not make it transformative either. Again, it's what are you actually doing to transform it? Now, did she transform it? The court's going to have to decide that. I don't think so. I don't think it was substantially changed in a way that would meet my standard for transformative content. Also, like I said, she was literally saying that you could watch it on her channel for the sole purpose of depriving Ethan of income, which is going to be a key factor in this. On average, pausing every 30 seconds, I don't know if she made this up or not, to add commentary. This commentary length is substantially more than Asmongold, XQC, or any of the many other streamers and YouTubers that watch the content nuke in full. This part may be true, but Ethan doesn't have to sue everybody. He can pick and choose his targets in this case. So, yeah, I did something bad, but other people did something bad too, is not going to be a very good defense. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold, XQC, or other than the three of us, but he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue. I mean, this is kind of funny to put in this, but she's kind of admitting to it, that she is just trying to deprive him of revenue. And you said yourself that you did. This notion is frivolous and a fabrication. Ethan claims he is pursuing his claim against me only because some claimed malicious intent on my part. There are two statements that Ethan falsely claims demonstrate my intent, along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with Reddit moderators, none of whom I have ever communicated with. Now, this is the H3H3 Snark subreddit, and I believe there is collusion between those Reddit moderators and other people in their community. Now, has Denims talked to them specifically? I don't know. She's claiming that's not the case. I think that the Reddit moderators are going to be the next people to flip, because actually, now that I come to think of it, aren't they actually named, like the anonymous Reddit moderators? Aren't they mentioned in his lawsuit? Because they have nothing. Like, they have nothing to defend themselves with. They have no money. They're Reddit moderators, for God's sake. Of course, they're unemployed. So they're going to jump ship almost as fast as kaceytron. Who is this now? The Pantless Wonder. I don't think I have her picture anymore. Part 2 of her statement. The first statement is my response to a chat message. I read out, "We're relying on you to stay live, so we don't have to give the nuke views." And then I replied, "Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since it's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it." I don't know why you would admit to this. This feels really silly to say this. This is why you just shut up when you're in a lawsuit. So the chatter says, "We're relying on you to stay live, so we don't have to watch the content nuke on Ethan's channel." And then she confirms, "Yes, I am going to stream it. Since it's confirmed coming out today, I am going to stream it." I would argue that that agrees with the chatter that she wants to watch it so that she doesn't have to give Ethan any revenue, views, and deprive him of what he owns as his copyright. I hope this is self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take this opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they actually should watch the video on his channel. It isn't my place. I don't care. Well, clearly you do. And making a big deal out of it would only encourage the zealotry, I love that word, that Ethan is upset about. I merely acknowledged that I was going to react to it and moved on. Well, did you react to it? Or did you just watch it? Did you just consume it? That's what's going to happen and be debated over court. And that's going to take a very, very long time. And all those lawyer bills are going to go up and up and up and up and up. Drawing a broader narrative based on a chat message I did not write is delusional. Well, I mean, you agreed. You said, yeah. Yeah. The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Why? Oh, why is she doing this? Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. So I said at the end of my stream, if you enjoyed stealing from Ethan Klein, then please send me some money, because that's what I was doing here. All right. Congratulations. You got yourself caught? As an aside, this statement is factual almost certainly. If someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the addition of critical commentary. Well, is the critical commentary in the room with us now? And would never have been. Regardless, this statement does not characterize my intent. I believe it does. You literally said, well, guys, thanks for being here while I stole some content. Now send me money. At most, you can say that this is a mean-spirited comment in poor taste. Making a joke like this is too far. Making a joke like this is too far, and that Ethan Klein deserves more respect. We can agree to disagree. I humbly request that we take this opportunity to question Ethan's framing of events. If I had been clever, I would have prepared that Archer clip where he says, oh no, he says phrasing, right? Not framing. Never mind. I never actually watched Archer. I'm a poser. And call a spade a spade. Ethan is bullying people who said things about him he did not like. And he can do that only because he has more money than them. In doing so, at least in his lawsuit against me, he is setting a disastrous precedent for our corner of the internet. And my hope is that others in our community with resources like Ethan do not follow his small footsteps. Did you have to throw that in there? Like, does Ethan have tiny feet? He's kind of a big boy, isn't he? Please donate to my legal fund. Every penny is going to go straight to Ethan Klein. I mean, every penny donated has gone exclusively to court cases and fees and will go nowhere else. As stated earlier, my trial date is October 26, 2026. And I look forward to beating Ethan in court. Ideally, with your assistance, thank you for your attention in this matter. Let's take a look at her GoFundMe. It is up to $48,000. It's not even halfway. It's just about halfway. 49% done. She got a couple of donations recently, actually. Top donator Michael Parks. This money almost certainly is going to Ethan Klein. Do you think that this will make it to court, though? Do you think that by October next year, we are going to be watching, and please let it be live stream. I know it's not going to be, but please let it be live stream. Do you think that she will actually make it to the court date, or she will settle? We'll do a poll in chat, I think, actually, like a proper poll. Let me say it like this. How do I do this? 77 of the chat says that they think it's going to be a triple kill. Let's do this. Let's see. Will Denims make it to court? There we go. Now you can vote in the poll while we continue this. I don't see it happening. It is so expensive. They're going to go through a year of discovery, and then the court date starts? I don't think you want discovery coming out. What happens when the girls' group chat gets leaked? What if it's already being leaked by kaceytron? They might already know everything. Probably shouldn't have been gossiping. And they do gossip. We know this because originally, well, not originally, but in the past, there was Denims, kaceytron, and Anissa were part of they tried to start a podcast, and all it was just the Wine Mum gossip hour. They absolutely have shared each other's details and things, and that there's no way they want that to be seen. But it's likely that Ethan already has everything. Very, very sad. Now, speaking of Reddit mods, actually, this is kind of a small funny sub-story. But basically, there was a guy in Reddit, okay? So this is a Reddit story. There's a subreddit called the Art subreddit forum. And this is a very big subreddit. I think it's got about a couple million people. And a guy posted some art. It looks like some traffic cones that looked like they were stained glass or something. And people were like saying it's very nice and everything. And then someone said, like, he responded saying, thanks, if you want to buy a print of it, you know, here's a link or whatever. And then he got banned by the mods. And the mods got really fucking salty because mods are terrible people. This became like a massive viral story to the point that all of the moderators on the Art subreddit said, we give up, you win. They locked the subreddit and they all rage quit. They all rage quit. Yes. Well, to be fair, selling art, like shilling your own work and trying to sell directly in the Reddit is against their terms of service. But it was like an offhand comment. Like, it wasn't his original post. It was someone responding. Like, someone was saying, like, that's really nice. Could I get a piece or something like that? And he's like, yes, prints are available. But the mods are just really anal, and this is the only power and the only attention that they get. So they decided to be really butthurt about this, and they were like, okay, like, you can either take the L or we'll delete your entire history. Then he got banned, and I think for the last week, the entire subreddit for art, like if you go /rart, has been locked down. Well, this has come to light recently, I believe today. So an update in the rart subforum. Print update on unbanning users. The mod team has been going through the bans for the year. Repealing unjust bans has been a high priority. For the year of 2025, 5,156 bans were issued. Only 63 had a valid reason for a ban. 5,093 bans have been repealed. This meant that only 1.2% of all bans issued had a valid reason in 2025. If you are banned from rart, please send us a review. Oh my goodness. I mean, we always knew that mods were pathetic. That's the only thing they get. The joy they get from their life is from banning people. This is just very funny to see. So this is I didn't really cover this story, but this is the funniest conclusion, that they were just going around. And this is funny because I've been banned from a Reddit before as well. Like, this is I haven't used Reddit in many, many years, but at one point I did post in the street photography subreddit one time, and I posted a picture of it was like a spiral staircase, and it was like a really cool pattern. So I posted that in the street photography subreddit, and I got banned immediately. It said, this is not street photography. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't bother to, because like most people, like when they're banned from Reddit, they just move on with their lives. They're just like, okay, well, that's a shit website, I'm never using it again. So that's what I did. Now, sometimes I will go to various Reddits, you know, from looking up news or something like that. But that's my experience with these like stupid mods. It's like, actually, this is not technically the street, even though the staircase is on the street. If there's no street in your photo, then it's not street photography. Banned. I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And then I just never bothered posting on Reddit ever again. So there you go. I think it was a pretty cool photo too. It was like, you know, like you get like, I mean, I'm not going to show you my photo, but like, for example, spiral, you know, like looking at a spiral staircase, like top down, they look cool. It's like, it's kind of like this. This isn't my photo, but it was kind of like this, right? So it's kind of like a helix sort of formation. This is just from Shutterstock. This is basically what I did. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And they banned me for it. Anyway. Here's a fun little addendum to this story is Hassan is being Hassan is just getting shit piled on him since the dog stuff, since he electrocuted his doggo. Megsley says, it's all right, maybe we've all done it. Yeah, I know, everyone's used Reddit once or twice. Let's have a look at this. So the new cope is that he was poor when he was growing up because he wants to be able to grift the attention from people that are broke. That's how he makes all his money, ironically, is from broke people. So he's got this new story where he was broke in college. And actually, I forgot about this as well, but there was actually a recent leaks this week on somebody that went to college with with Hassan, and they talked about his fraternity and how they're the rich club frat boy fraternity. We kind of already know this. They make some pretty heavy allegations in there, like Hassan was banging down doors to grape people. Don't know if there's any evidence for it, but it's very funny. But let's see what this says.
A lot of chatters have made jokes about how I have not had a credit card for most of my life and refused to get it. Okay, but you know, there is a principle behind that too. It's not even like an ethical thing. It's just that I've always had the mentality where it's like the idea that I have to like take on debt specifically so that people can realize that like or institutions can recognize that I'm good with the debt is so stupid.
It's so true with this. He's never been poor a day in his life. This is very true. I believe his family is all rich. His father may have been a billionaire at one point. There's pictures of him doing horse riding as a child. He was sent from Turkey to America to attend school in Miami. I think specifically so that he could get his mother flew to America, maybe it was Delaware, to give birth to him in an American hospital so he would automatically have American citizenship, then took him back to Turkey. So they literally had baby tourism. Then they sent him to Miami college party, and he was having so many parties and staying so long in university that they had to transfer him to another university so he could actually finish his degree. And then he got a job straight out of college into the Young Turks. So he's always been a Nepo baby. He's never really earned anything for himself. People just hand him things his entire life. So of course, being a streamer makes perfect sense for him. But now he's trying to rewrite the narrative. He's trying to tell you that he was poor because he wants to be able to get it's like stolen poor valor, essentially.
And it's weird because like, must be nice. No, I'm talking about when I was broke, dude. What the fuck? There should be Hassan. You were not broke. Okay, no, I was. I know that a lot of people say that that's not the case, but I absolutely fucking was.
I'm not sure if it says in this clip, but his first job out of university, there's a clip of him out there where he says like, I was so broke that when I was in university and when I finished study, I was working on only $60,000 a year, which I think is like, I mean, even there are Americans now, and this is like he graduated like what 15, 20 years ago. There are Americans that have been working that are his age right now that don't earn that much.
It's so crazy that this is. Oh my God. I do not have a billionaire parent, you fucking losers. Okay. Oh my Lord.
His father used to be a billionaire and then they lost a certain amount of money, but they still own hundreds of houses, as I understand it.
It's so funny because all of this is straight up on camera. Okay. I know, but you still were not. I got money back from the American government my first year of employment.
So?
Okay. I don't know why people think that they know better than myself about my actual existence, my living circumstances.
Just so you're a rich nepo baby, and you're still stealing money from the government. Unbelievable.
I lived in the fucking kitchen of a frat house the first year I lived here.
Now, what he means by that, it was probably like a studio kitchen. So there's like a bedroom attached to the kitchen.
Even at the point where I was on Twitch, I was making 60 grand a year, which is literally nothing for Los Angeles. Okay.
You chose to live in Los Angeles. There are people in Los Angeles that live on $60,000. You don't have to live in a mansion, you retard. Oh my goodness, I was only making, when you guys aren't calling me broke, I was making $60,000 a year. Now, yeah, there are some places that won't go very far. There are a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people in this chat that would murder people for $60,000 a year.
With 3 roommates.
Oh my goodness, the roommates. Tragic. If you just choose to live with your friends, oh my god, come on.
Anyway, none of this actually matters. People think you're saying you grew up poor. No, I didn't grow up poor. I never said I grew up poor. I grew up very affluent. I'm talking about the period of my life when I was in fucking college, or post-college rather. Right? Simply because your parents had money, people will say you couldn't have been broke, regardless of whether you had access to it all the time. No, but my parents also no longer had money by the time I got to college. So that's wrong. It's something that I've talked about quite a bit.
Then how could they afford to send you to 2 colleges? You didn't pay for your student loans. Like, what the fuck?
Regardless, I don't know why we're talking about this. It's so fucking stupid.
This is the weirdest thing is Hassan definitely, like, he engaged with these people. Like, you don't, if you're a streamer, you don't have to respond to the trolls in chat. But it's so funny when he does. So keep doing it.
Yeah, there's like clips that you can find from back then.
Just like getting this chicken out of the little containers. And unfortunately, a lot of people use like organic chicken and whatnot. I use whatever kind of chicken I can get.
Oh my goodness, he's cooking chicken. That means he's broke. Rich people cook chicken too.
Because I'm not very wealthy. So that's part of the reason.
But that's a scam. You're pretending to be poor. You're making $60,000 a year when you're doing this.
This is like a very...
No, but I'll have you know, I was actually lying. I was faking it. I was actually a billionaire at this point. But I just chose to lie and continue along with this lie by living with 3 roommates at the time. It was a deep 5-head infiltration move.
It's so funny because he says some true things, but then he tries to always play them up as jokes.
You know? Lol, that is the kitchen of a rich person? Yeah. But this is when I was like explaining the process of using manager's special chicken. That's what I did to get high protein. I would eat chicken, but...
So the chicken's just there for protein anyway? It's just because you're trying to get gains? How does he not... Oh my god.
I would go to I'd go to Ralph's or Pavilions and get manager special chicken, which was like about to expire. How did your experience becoming rich differ, if you don't mind explaining? I mean, I am obsessed with doing the same shit that I've been doing. When I was making 60 grand a year, I was doing the exact same thing that I'm doing now. So the only thing that has changed is that like there has been a tremendous quality of life improvement in terms of things that I can pay for, right?
I mean that's true, I suppose. It's like, how does it feel to be rich now? Well, I mean, I used to make 60,000. Now I make a lot more, and I've got more money, and I can buy nice things now. Yeah, congratulations, you really proved him wrong. Good job.
I no longer have to do the same calculations that I used to have to do, like, you know, paying for Uber and whether or not I will be able to actually.
Oh man, I was so broke, guys. Like sometimes I would have to like not take an Uber. Oh my goodness, they made me walk on my own 2 legs. My Pelican wasn't arriving on time. I couldn't find my show horse. I had to think about taking an Uber. Oh my god.
Pay for rent at the end of the month, right? Like those are the massive. I used to describe it as such. Okay, being poor is very costly. Okay, being poor is incredibly expensive, and it's like
there's a really funny line in, I believe it's Guards, which is a very funny Terry Pratchett book, where there's a certain kind of poverty that only rich people can afford. When one of the guardsmen He marries a rich woman, and he buys like these shoes that he only has to buy one shoes for his entire pair of life because they last forever, whereas poor people are buying pairs of shoes every week. So there's a little bit of truth to this. Poor people do spend a lot, like, kind of. Like, if you buy something to last forever, then you actually do end up saving money. This is what I think he's trying to say, but he has no idea how to say it.
It's like a consistent weight on you, okay? There's a tremendous amount of weight on your shoulders at any given moment. And a lot of rich people, especially a lot of rich people who have been rich for a very long time, lose sight of that reality. In the past, if I had to travel, one, I would have to make the travel arrangements myself.
I wasn't rich, guys. I had to make my own travel plans. Holy like what he's talking about is when he flew to Germany to go have sex in the brothel that was then later raided for trafficking minors. While he was in university, he had to make his own travel plans to go to the brothel in Germany. Interesting. Now, that's a true story, allegedly, according to Destiny.
Right?
We heard the story before Destiny, but Destiny's repeating it now with a lot of vigor, which makes me think he's got some information about it.
Travel arrangements myself, and I wouldn't have enough money to make those travel arrangements, so I had to like nickel and dime it. I had to like literally talk to the university that's sending me there to make sure that they made sure that my travel arrangements were decent, and if they didn't have money to fly me out, then I would have to pay for it myself or the hotel myself and stuff like that, and then I had to figure out which hotel.
He's literally making universities buy him business and or first class seats, and he's like, "Well, I had to check myself to make sure they weren't putting me in coach with the poor people
I could stay at, and how cheap the travel accommodation would look like from the hotel to the university, stuff like that. These are all of the things that you have to worry about, right? I no longer have to worry about that at all, and that is a major fucking burden. That is a major burden that is lifted. As far as like my own personal experiences goes, a major burden has been lifted off my shoulders as far as like having to nickel and dime every single thing that I do. And also beyond that, I mean,
you could be rich and nickel and dime things though. Like a lot of rich people are like that. They're very, there's a word for it, but you got to be careful saying it on YouTube.
I have people that I pay that can deal with this stuff, right? That's another fucking major burden. Lifted off of my shoulders, that I don't have to like make these arrangements and things of that nature. And also, instead of like flying economy as a 6'4", 240-pound guy, now I can fly business, which is infinitely more expensive than economy. But when you fly business, then
you're socialist, sir. You're man of the people, sir. I know what this is like. Okay, I'm about the same size as him.
Now I can sleep.
Oh my goodness. Now this was community noted saying Hassan resumes lying. Again, his mum was able.
A lot of chatters.
Sorry. His mum was able to return to college to study, all while managing her commercial real estate properties, while Hassan finished college. And they even have evidence. Also, his entire family line is ultra rich. His mum's family owns houses all over the world. Deport him? You can't deport him because he was born in America. His parents literally flew him to Delaware to get born and then took him back to Turkey. So, according to American birthright citizen, you cannot. He's there to stay. All right, that's the Ethan Klein H3 Twitch space thing. We're going to go into something that might offend some people. We're going to talk about the disgusting problems with Discord and its problems with I think this one is about CSAM. So if you're not interested in that, then maybe like the stream on your way out, and we'll see you next time. But this is a rising problem that I think we need to be aware of.
CP problem, and it's getting Discord has a massive CP problem, and it's getting significantly worse. In fact, things have escalated so quick.
This is by no text to speech. Just give him a like there.
And gotten so bad that just being on a completely normal Discord server puts you at risk of being exposed to CSAM content. But to explain how we got here, I want to walk you through the timeline of events that led to this, where each stage of the timeline gets progressively worse and worse until we end up where we're at now, where you can just join a random Discord server and potentially be exposed to CSAM content.
Now, when they say this, like, are you going to log into Discord and someone's going to start sending you images? Probably not. But you do have to be careful because sometimes people's accounts get hacked. I think this happened once or twice. somebody's account got hacked on my Discord, and they were sharing porn links. Hopefully it was not CSAM. We immediately removed them, obviously. But this does happen, and you do have to be aware of it. It's one of these things. Unfortunately, there's really no substitute to Discord at this point. They've completely taken over the entire, what used to be like TeamSpeak or AIM or essentially social networking on the internet. It's all just through Discords now. It's kind of frustrating because, like, if you're looking for a problem, like to fix your computer or something, you used to be able to go to like a forum and look up an answer. But now it's all in Discords. Everything's, you have to find a Discord link. You have to join a Discord. It's very frustrating in my opinion.
Content. It's not even a matter of if you see it, it's when you see it. It is that fucking bad. But first, let's start off with stage 0, how things were at the beginning. But
first of all, Discord was never good. Let's be honest.
There were Discord servers that would share CSAM content, but these were hidden in very like dark web forms. You would have to be a predator to find these servers, and they would look a little something like this. Now, this is not exactly the server. To find those, you genuinely have to be a predator, but this is sort of what it was like. This is a Discord server called the Mega Trading. Basically, predators on Discord will have a collection of CSAM content, and they will host it on a website called Mega. This is
essentially, they're like perverted Pokemon trainers that need to go around and collect more and more and more and more and more. And this was actually a big problem on YouTube as well, because YouTube's algorithms are so good at serving you content that you'll watch that the second that you could make a new fresh you could make a new fresh YouTube account and start going to some of these videos of like where, you know, CSAM related stuff was happening, and then look in the comments, and you're able to find other users that you could then connect with, and within like 3 or 4 video views, you could actually get right back into the disgusting range that you used to be in before, where people were connecting and sharing these like mega links. And this is one of the prime reasons that YouTube no longer allows you to have comments turned on videos that are flagged for children, or have a lot of children appearing in the video. Sometimes the system malfunctions though. It's kind of frustrating because like I did a review of Stranger Things season 1. Actually, I think it was Stranger Things season 4, but I used some footage from Stranger Things season 1. But because it was not my face on the camera, the YouTube locked the video and for children only, which is silly, obviously, because it saw a lot of young actors in the video.
Like Google Drive, Dropbox, but Mega is encrypted. And since it's encrypted, predators take advantage of that. And you can see from this screenshot here, this person sent a whole bunch of links, and inside of those links, they contain folders, 69 gigabyte folders, 14 gigabyte folders, that just contain files and files of videos and pictures of CSAM content. But what predators will do is they will find servers like this to trade their Mega links. They are trying to expand their collection. These people are genuinely using Discord like LinkedIn for predators. Here's what
Isn't it just regular LinkedIn though? Like, if we're being honest about it.
Learned about B2B sales by engaging with predators. I'm going to get...
So this is actually the CEO of Roblox. So this is a very, very funny. And there's also, I believe this guy's made a video on the Roblox situation as well, because Roblox is another thing that's like a big problem with predation on minors. And they all need to be executed. But for some reason, Discord and Roblox are very complicit in this for whatever. I guess for shareholder money. That's the most charitable interpretation of this event.
Get sued for this joke. Now just keep in mind, these servers always existed, but they were hard to find. So for you as a normal internet user, there was no risk for you being exposed to this stuff. And that's how things were. But let's get into the first stage of this horrible...
The predators are coming from the inside. Unironically, this is so true, because like the guy that they were showing, the CEO of Roblox, he actually has... There's an interview he's recorded recently, I believe, where he's asked the question, would you ever allow nudity on Roblox? And they're actually talking about making Roblox a dating site for users that have verified their age. And he's like saying, well, we're not sure about the nudity just yet, but we're going to want Roblox to reflect the real world. So he's essentially saying if it becomes a point in time where it's okay to have explicit nudity in the real world, they're going to add it to Roblox as well. Like Roblox, I have no idea what the fuck they're thinking, unless they're actually doing this intentionally.
Descent into Discord's ever-growing CSAM problem. But there are websites where you can list your Discord server and advertise it, and people can go on these websites and look for Discord servers to join. And
I don't know why you would want to. Like, I hate joining Discord servers, and I have a very small number of Discord servers that I'm a part of, apart from my own, of course. But as soon as I join a Discord, it's always for some very specific purpose. Like I'm trying to find servers to play on for that dinosaur game that I like. I immediately disable all messages, all notifications, everything, so that I only have to go there when I'm looking for like a server or some shit.
One that everyone knows about is called Discord. Now, Discord used to be horrible. In fact, I Am Lucid, a YouTuber, had a video called Discord Has a CP Problem, which featured Discord and a whole bunch of horrible listings. In fact, Discord was still a problem after that video, a year after that. Even I covered it in my own video. Now, fortunately, Discord isn't as bad anymore. I did find this one Discord server, which was called Linkland. And considering the icon is of the mega icon, you can put the pieces together. This was a Discord server that was sharing CSAM content. But
So just to mention it though, if you send like private messages on Discord, they're not private. If you post something in a Discord, it's being archived. Everything that happens on Discord is being archived and saved. Assume that you have no privacy on, and even private Discords that you join, assume that somebody is watching, assume that it is being recorded. But what's crazy about this is they're recording everything and they're doing nothing about it. Like, they know who these people are, they have their IPs, they have their account names, they know the secret phrases they use, they know how they operate. It should be incredibly easy to find these people and remove them permanently, but for some reason they do not. Like, Discord ostensibly is for gaming, right? And I know it's expanded more than that, but it's really as simple as you should not be able to sell anything on Discord. You know, like Twitch should be just a gaming site. This is something that people say quite a lot. Maybe Discord should just be for gaming too. Maybe you shouldn't have any sales on there, especially no sales that are for 18+ content. It makes no sense, but they just allow it. Why?
But good news, it got removed off Discord. But Discord isn't the only website where you can search for Discord servers. In fact, there's a website called Discadia, but if you search for something as simple as 13-17, talking about an age range, you can see this is the first result on my screen.
Oh my god, Gay Boys Club. Sounds like fucking something Max would say. A gay hangout server for you and your friends. Hang out and have fun. No girls, 13-17, but definitely 18+. How the, like, it's a honeypot? I mean, maybe. It could just be feds all the way down. But this guy does like, this guy does like investigative journalism on this sort of stuff. And it seems like people are just doing this in earnest. Now, maybe they're setting up a sting. I don't know. It seems like this is a very big problem on Discord.
Gay Boys Club Gateway. And I quote, a gay hangout server for you and your friends to hang out in.
The user, oh, by the way, the Discord picture was a penis. It's censored in this.
Air quotes, and have fun. No girls. 13-17, definitely not even spelt correctly. That's how you can tell they're teenagers, 18+. This is already bad, but it gets worse. There's two problems with this sort of thing. First, if you are just a normal Discord user and you go on a Discord listing website like Discadia, there is statistically a chance that you might find a Discord server that has CSAM content. But the second problem with this is the fact that these websites are indexed by Google. Now, since we're talking about literally CSAM content, I am going to change the example a little bit so I don't go to fucking jail, but I'm going to search for e-girl Discord server. And you can see that the first search result is Discord. And if you keep scrolling down, there's top.gg, Discadia.
Why would anyone look for an e-girl though? Like, imagine talking to a woman. Unbelievable. Top e-girl Discord servers. Discord server linked. 18+, number 1. Adults very active. Tees 18+. Porn naughty 18. Like, cherry? What the fuck is cherry? Not suitable work. I guess it's like, this seems like an incredibly easy problem to solve. Unless they want this to be here, which is the only conclusion that I can come to.
Yeah, these websites are indexed by Google, so all that means is that if a predator hears the name of a Discord server like
some of these names: Christian Single Mingle Discord,
indexed by Google, so
Guide Pious Erotic Roleplay.
All that means is that
World
if
Watchers, We Are Vibrant, I don't know what that is. Open Source Intelligence, okay. Kin Corner,
predator here's a
Femboy France. What the fuck is like this femboy epidemic? Like, I thought it was just a bit of a meme, but it is actually like it is actually an epidemic. Like, the femboy meme has been so effective, it's causing people to tune out, in my opinion.
Name of a Discord server like Mega Trading 9000 Gazillion. They could just type that into Google with Discord.
Wait, what the fuck was that one? What was
name of a Discord server like Mega Trading 9000 Gazillion. They could just.
Sorry, I want to go back and see one of these. On the Fence. Oh, okay. So it's like people that are like dipping their toes into being gay.
They could just type that into Google with Discord at the end of it and find the server. So at this point in the timeline, it's easier for predators to trade their CSAM collections because it's easier for them to just Google search for servers. But for you as a normal Discord user, if you're on one of these websites like Discadia, there is a chance that you can just be exposed to CSAM because the website has moderation. The first result that I found was illegal shit. Now, if you thought that was bad, fair warning, no, it gets significantly worse. In fact, these next two stages that I'm going to talk about on the timeline aren't due to predators. These problems are escalated because of teenagers themselves. Teenagers have made the problem worse. And that's where I get to state.
There really needs to be like two sets of internets. Like there should be a completely segregated internet that that just keeps all of the adults and all of the kids apart. I'm sorry, they can't coexist. It's got actually, you know what? We should just keep all the minors off the real internet. Specifically, the parents should be doing those.
Age 2 comm servers. Now, just to make it clear, this is like a top level summary.
Is that like just for talking or?
And is not exhaustive at all. But if you don't know what the Discord comm is, let me give you.
What?
And is not exhaustive at all. But if you don't know what the Discord
chronically online morons
comm is, let me give you an Urban Dictionary definition of it because they do a better job than I can explain. Comm is short for community. Comm refers to communities that revolve around cybercrime and doxing. Comms are typically comprised of teenagers from the age ranges of 14 to 17 who would rather.
How do you tell who is underage? Easy. You have your login details, and then it says put in your Minecraft ID. And if anyone types anything into that box, you immediately ban them. And you're like, well, some adults play Minecraft. They need to be banned too. They shouldn't be allowed on the internet either.
They're scam, sim swap, fraud, and engage in destructive behaviors instead of getting a real job. Sorry, I should probably be censoring that. That's a slur. Or skill. They are primarily made up of script kiddies and aggregate on games like Roblox, Minecraft, and VR chat because.
What the fuck? Some of these are kind of funny.
Behaviors instead of getting a real job. Sorry, I should probably be censoring that. That's a slur. Or skill. They are primarily made up of script kiddies and aggregate on games like Roblox.
This is the Minecraft, but it's spelled differently.
Minecraft and VR chat.
The fuck is this hot dog? This is like my friend's wife really loves the dancing hot dog meme, and she used to always send it to us in like the group chats. So I've seen so many dancing hot dogs in my time. I don't know if that's what this is, but it could be.
Because real life socialization is scary. Basically, these guys are chronically online losers, and that's coming from me. I am already a loser, so these guys are really bad. But as I was researching the CSAM problem, there was an article by Childlight who talked about how the CSAM economy is growing, and I want to point out something they said about teenage.
That's like the most terrible. That's like the worst sentence I've ever heard. The CSAM economy is growing. That's such a real example of the times that we live in, I suppose.
Specifically, they said, worryingly, this culture of collection, referring to predators, is also appearing in the behavior of children with one another. In a joint project conducted in the United Kingdom, female youth described feeling pressured to send images, while male youth felt pressure to collect and distribute those images to achieve higher social value.
Wait, what the fuck? Like, I could understand if young people want to send each other shit, but males felt pressure to collect and distribute. And by the way, like if you're underage and you distribute these images, you are guilty of distributing CSAM, and you can be prosecuted for that. So that's insane. I don't know if like this is almost like too crazy to believe that that youth are being encouraged socially to collect and then distribute. For what purpose? Just for the lols with the guys? I don't get it.
So when you have these comm kiddos or Discord e-gangsters, they feel insecure about their social status, so they will distribute these images to achieve a higher social value. And that is deep-rooted in the Discord comm, because if you go on a Discord comm server, 50% of it are people talking about their toxic relationships and leaking CSAM content, and the other 50% are these dudes talking about how they're so rich, fuck you, you're a poron, and they're gonna go, and I quote, band for band. But they have
Oh, okay, so they're collecting it to sell it illegally, and then they're buying shit. Also, poron is such a funny phrase I've never heard of before. I mean, you have to laugh at these dark topics. Like, there's the only way you can kind of get through this. This is honestly disgusting.
All this fraud money, and they'll usually spend it on like luxury watches and goods to, again, achieve higher social value. But with that fraud money, they will also pay e-girls for nude photos to, again, get higher social value. And since...
It's such a perverse, like, vicious cycle. You don't want to be a poron, so you have to become like a digital pimp. I assume this is actually a very small problem and not as big as surely this cannot be the actual state of the world, right? Like surely this is, where was this study from? The UK? Surely this is like a very small problem in like very urban centers or something, because I have no idea about any of this, and it certainly isn't the standard over here.
Teenage youth felt pressure to collect and distribute the images. Predators will pretend to be teenagers to collect those images to, again, increase their collection. In fact, I even made a video about how one of these comm servers were owned by a predator. Like, this actually happens. I'm not talking out of my ass. But with these...
There's something really weird about people that get like... Because obviously we do have a Discord, but it's just like for... there's not very little activity, honestly. But we just share memes or play Wordle and shit, or talk about whatever the topics of the day is. But like, I remember when we first started streaming, like, I guess it's almost like 2-3 years ago now. Like, I just started the Discord and there was like 5 people in it. There was one guy that was like really trying to become like the Discord moderator head. And it was like really weird. Like anytime someone tries to get some sort of power or position around me, I'm always immediately suspicious of them. So like if anyone asks me to become a moderator, for example, that person is the worst person to become a moderator. The only person I'll make a moderator is someone that doesn't want to do the job. But there was this guy, and he was basically begging me to be like the moderator administrator. He's like, I'll run the whole Discord for you. I'll set the rules. I've got all the templates. Give me admin. And I was just like, no. First of all, like, there's like only 10 people in there. We don't really need like a moderator. And second, why would I give some random person that I just met like all these abilities? Like, it seemed like a really bad idea. He was an FBI agent. No, I think this guy actually later on. Some people, like, if you're like a real OG in the chat, you might remember him. But like, there was, I think he got like, there was reports of him like literally beating his children. I think he was a New Zealander guy. But he used to be friends with a few other people that were kind of streaming around the same time as me, and sort of like a little group. But like, he was actually like legit details about him committing domestic violence came out. So it was good that we didn't do much with him after that. I mean, at that time when that came out, he was already like, we were kind of disassociating from him.
comm servers, it has also resulted in another problem. Sellers. With those e-gangster servers, you had those e-guys giving e-money to their e-girls to be their e-girlfriend to send them e-nude photos. And what ended up happening is that teenage girls realized that this could be a job. In fact, here's a screenshot of someone's Discord profile. I have censored everything for...
This is almost certainly a man using either stolen or AI images, pretending to be a child so that he can get money out of gooners, which is sick on multiple levels.
Obvious reasons, but you can see their pronouns are she and her, and in their about me, they say, hi, 14, an invite link to a Discord server, and it says only DM if buyer or friends. What girls have realized is that instead of having their e-relationship with their conboy, instead they can just sell photos to anyone that pays for it. And I want to point out that you might think
again, I'm going to take this, like, this is disgusting if true, but I'm going to assume that, like, in 95% of cases, these people are just either using AI or they're using previously acquired nudes from various people that probably aren't minors at all. And they're all just guys that are just like sending nudes to each other. I assume that's the case. Maybe that's like wishful thinking, because I do want this to be the reality. So it's Mandy. Yeah, there's a lot of Mandys for some reason. There's a lot of people like that. They go around and pretend and live this like weird fake life. I've been dealing with a lot of people that are like pretending to be Japanese recently on Twitter and stuff. And they always get blown the fuck out, but then they just keep doing it. Like, it's literally their entire identity. I guess we throw the word schizo around pretty easily these days, but like, they're actually schizos.
Problem is just girls, but I have been sent by a viewer this person here, and the name behind this was a dude's name, and they said, I'm 15 and mostly a bottom. I sell pictures. I'll basically do almost anything intercourse DLC wise, but I do have some exceptions, and I don't want to read this. And just when I thought I hated myself by reading this, he continues on by saying, please send me unsolicited pics and threats.
This has got to be he's like fishing to blackmail. I feel like, yeah, just send me those grape threats. And then he's like, haha, I report you, or give me money, or I'm going to call the cops or something. If it's true, this is like ungodly horrifying. And Discord is doing nothing to deal with this problem.
sometimes I genuinely hate myself and the internet and just what everything has become. You have people fighting to fix the problem, and then you have teenagers who will sell photos of themselves, making the problem worse, fueling the whole entire problem because they want easy money. And I have had some people that have sold pictures in the past reach out to me and explain how they deeply
Why is this always in pounds?
regretted it. Now, the problem is that these girls or boys that are selling photos, they go everywhere on Discord. They are like a lethal combo of a car salesman being slimy and a Jehovah's Witness going to every doorstep on planet Earth. I have seen on more than one occasion these e-girl sellers putting in an advertisement in a Discord channel, like straight up. It could be about like Skibbity Toilet or something. They'll drop, "I'm selling photos of myself. Check my bio." And that.
Hold on, there's a bit of a red flag here. If you're in the Minecraft Discord, that's a big red flag. I guess this guy's excuse is that he's hunting for these people so they're going to expose them. So maybe, but I think we should be suspicious of anyone who's in this particular server. If you're in the Roblox server, if you're in the Minecraft server, I immediately distrust you as a person. Now, if you see this sort of behavior, I encourage you to report it immediately. And if you have your own Discord, these people need to be removed instantly. No, this is like one of those situations where you don't even, like if you, oh, it's just a joke, you want to verify. No, you just immediately execute them first and then ask questions later. Online, obviously.
And that's how this problem is getting worse. Like taking a step back, before to see any sort of CSAM content, you had to look for it yourself. Now it's starting to be advertised to you. And for the Discord predators, this is like Amazon for them. They can just shop around and buy whatever the hell they want. But the predators have taken things a step further. Just like how you have those.
I gotta play the, We're only at step 4.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
All right, let's see how it gets worse.
Seller Discord accounts, predators have done the exact same thing. Well, you can see that this account here says, "Hit me up." And when you click on the Discord account, their account says, "Trading no limit mega links, 24/7 mega link trade, DMs always open."
Like this is in their profile picture and they have a picture of like some chick's ass in the, and like legs are in the air sort of thing. This should be so easy for Discord to pick up, either through report links or through actual just like, "Hey AI, that is now part of everything. Can you just search for every instance of the word mega links and then potentially flag it for human review?" It's really that fucking simple. And like there's like combinations and things in searching. Like it really shouldn't be this difficult to remove these people, but for some reason it's apparently an infestation.
Please don't do this, but my viewer for some reason decided to DM them. "What exactly are you selling?" And this person said that they're just trading megas for people. What's a mega? It's just files with videos and pics you can share with others. And if just for science I'd want to buy one, how much would that cost? $200 for 500 gigabytes worth of videos. Now you might be thinking, no text-to-speech. No, hear me out. This person is just selling OnlyFans leaks because those are also on Mega. Wrong. Completely wrong, because my viewer says, like, younger than 18? Yep. It's all a mix, to be honest. This is...
Even if this person, this viewer is, you should not do that. Like, don't try and take this sort of justice into your own hands, because like if this is a sting operation, your life is fucking over. Like, just immediately report them and move on is my advice for this sort of situation.
This is an account that is selling CSAM content, and guess what? Their account hasn't been banned. It still exists on Discord.
Wait a second. You're wrong about Andrew Wilson. So he didn't marry some chick that has 3 baby daddies. Okay, we'll see. Maybe.
Discord. It is actually fucking disgusting. So taking a step back, if the last stage was like Amazon for Discord predators where they can shop around and get what they want, this stage is like late stage capitalism, because now you're having advertisements being shoved down your throat by actual fucking predators trying to promote and sell you CSAM content. So
I've never seen this myself personally. We did have one person's account get like hacked, and then they started sending. They were links to a porn site, but I don't think it was CSAM. So that I have seen that, but that was someone who, you know, accounts do get hacked from time to time. You click on a bad link, and then your account details are stolen, and then suddenly your account is sending crypto links or weird porn links to family members and things like that. So I've seen that happen, but I haven't seen, like, this guy's making it sound like it's like every person on Discord has encountered this, and frankly, it hasn't been my experience. Although, to be fair, I don't spend that much time on Discord.
Predators, they don't even need to look for this stuff anymore. It just...
Which might surprise people, because I know I'm terminally online, but I'm not that terminally online. Discord is like its own Reddit, essentially. It's like the people that are on Reddit, they're on Reddit all day. The people that are on Discord, they're on Discord all day.
shows up on their doorstep. But that also means for you as a normal human being, you are being exposed to this stuff just by being on Discord. Now, if you were hoping that was as bad as it gets,
it's gonna get worse.
It gets so much worse. And this is genuinely what made me make this whole video in the first place, because predators are making and buying thousands of Discord accounts to spread and sell CSAM all across Discord.
Like, if this is an actual account, teen, grape, lesbian, CSAM stuff, how was this account last more than 2 minutes? You know, you say the name of Nazi Germany's leader once, and your account is flagged, but the people that are posting lesbian CSAM, they can just get away with this for like forever. How does this happen?
Chances are, if you've been on Discord long enough, you have seen an account like this. This account's username is teen lesbian CP stuff. You would think, you know, Discord, a ginormous tech platform, couldn't have an AI that would look at this username and be like, you know what? Maybe this is illegal and we should ban this account. But no, it doesn't stop there, because these accounts also in their bio say DM me for all kinds. They talk about Zangi, which is a private chatting service. They have
Oh no, not... So Zangi is also a type of chicken in Japan, which is really, really good. Zangi is Hokkaido-style deep-fried chicken. It's marinated over 24 hours. It's so good. It is so good. Like, unironically, I am trying to find Zangi in my area, but I cannot find any good Zangi so far. I didn't realize there's an app that was also a talking app. That sucks. I hate it when words are shared by things.
Group channel, teens link, that word again, mega links, mom and son links, and they advertise their Zangi group chat or their Signal accounts. So these are just bots that are advertising their Signal, their Telegram, their Zangi, all these private chatting platforms where they sell and trade CSAM content. But what predators will do on these bots is they will go into those minor selling servers, and these bots will go in and advertise that they're also selling content because the bot fits right in. And the problem is that if this account gets banned, these predators have thousands of accounts that will replace it. You can like buy.
And like, again, like Discord, it's free to sign up. Like, Discord accounts, email verified tokens for 5 cents? Wait, what the fuck? Like, I was going to say it's free, but these are like, they're just selling bulk, discount, 5 cents verified account tokens? That's insane.
Buy 1,000 Discord accounts for like $3 or something. I don't know. I have a screenshot of how much
Learn to cook. I can cook. But I just want authentic Zangi, okay? I gotta show you the Zangi. It's really good, actually. I'll put chicken on the end, just in case, right? I mean, it just looks like fried chicken. Don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. Everybody knows what fried chicken looks like. Yeah, it's like Japanese fried chicken. It's really delicious. We don't need this staircase, although we are descending down into hell, so it's kind of perfect.
Cost that I just found. But predators will buy these accounts and turn them into CSAM spam accounts. And you'd think that'd be the end of everything. You know, video done. Discord is letting predators make bot accounts that promote CSAM content. This is already fucked up and disgusting. But no, it gets worse. Here's a Discord server here, which is talking about reselling. They're buying on the internet for cheap and they're reselling it for a higher price. But since the server has the word sell in it, if you go down to their VIP wins channel, you will see that there are bots called Mega Dropbox Link, where you can literally see on October 22nd, 2025, this is happening right now. They're trying to ping everyone, advertising the stuff that they have in their Mega Dropbox. And it's not
like, why should Discord should not be a platform for selling things? There's other things for that. Like, they're not prepared for it. They clearly can't handle it. They should just have no sale links on Discord. It's really that simple. But I guess that would cut out a lot of their industry, right? So they won't do that.
Not just this account. If I go to the socials channel, you can see deleted user started a thread Mega Dropbox links. This server is in.
I think an issue here is that, like, since this is a hyperlink still, even if your user account is deleted, it seems like the message or the link is still existing. So that could actually be part of their strategy, is just to get an account, post as much links as possible, and then move on to the next account. Again, this is the thing that Discord needs to fix, apparently.
Infested with these bots. Now, their account is deleted. It is gone. They have been banned off Discord for selling CSAM content, yet their message on Discord still fucking exists.
Yeah, that's actually really, really crazy. Why that just isn't automatically removed.
They are still advertising CSAM content. You banning them has done absolutely fucking nothing. Why do I, an incompetent fucking moron on the internet, need to point out the most obvious shit that anyone can fucking see? Why do I have to explain this to a massive company that this is not enough? And by the way, I'm not done my fucking rant because...
I mean, the only conclusion you can come to is that they know about this and they just don't care.
Guess what? It gets even worse because these bots don't stop at invading any server that talks about selling. In fact, they have gone to NSFW Discord servers, and this is a giant problem on Discord. When you join one of these Discord servers, you have chats that look like this. You have an obvious scam account saying, any boy want to chat. Then you have CP blank teen link seller, and this account is just spamming DM me for any kinds of hot stuff channels and more. And they're just spamming over and over again, and this is on an NSFW channel. Oh yeah, what does it say on my script? That's right. It gets worse again because these bots don't just invade selling servers. They don't just invade NSFW servers. No, they've gone even further. It has gotten worse. They will use their bot accounts.
There's so much rainbows in these servers.
To join just a gay pride Discord server. And you can see that, again, Discord is not doing their job here because the username is Mega Teen Seller. This account is trying to sell CP. Oh, wait, hold on. What's that? Oh, yeah, the script again says it gets worse because not only do these accounts have very obvious names that they're selling CSAM content. No, you know what? Why fucking stop there? Because now what's happening is that these accounts, like this person, are gay, are CP, are Mega Link Seller. Their profile picture is of CSAM content. So what that means is that when they join that gay pride Discord server, if you click on their profile, you are now being exposed to CSAM content because Discord can't fucking moderate such an obvious name. And you might be thinking, you know what? There's R, gay, R, CPR. You know, maybe we're talking about CPR. There's this account here that literally says selling gay CP and it has CSAM in the photo and Discord's like, boom.
Why isn't Discord being taken to court or something? Are they protected under... They're like, what is it? Fuck, I forgot the law. They're protected... Are they protected under the same statute as YouTube? That they're not... they're just distributors, not publishers? Is it 30... Not 304, right? What is it? 230 is what I'm thinking. It has to be that. But like Discord operates in like across the entire world. So even if in America you can get away with this sort of stuff without these lax sort of moderations, like surely other countries could take some sort of action against them.
We're letting that on.
Section 230 is what I was thinking of. The chat got it.
Our platform to scar a whole bunch of people, then it gets banned like maybe a day later. Oh yeah, what does it say on my script? It gets even worse. What's happening now is that these predators are going on Discadia and joining any Discord server that's advertised on Discadia. And also, by the way, it happens on Discord. If you post your Discord server on one of those listing websites, there's...
Thankfully, I have not.
There's a good chance that you will have one of these CSAM bots join it. We can see this Megalink account, and looking at the Megalink account, it is the same thing. And by the way, this viewer didn't just have that happen once. They had it happen again. And just to make things even worse, this Discord server is a fan community server for the Roblox game Build a Boat for Treasure. This is a Discord server for a fucking Roblox game. A game...
Roblox... I just cannot understand how Roblox gets away with so much shit. I was watching a Roblox video, not like a video of Roblox, but a video about the degeneracy of Roblox before this, like seeing if it would be good for a stream. And they have like the Roblox toilet game, they've got like the Diddy parties, the baby oil parties. Like it seems like there's so much degenerate shit, and it's all just everything for Robux. Like kids are literally making their own games and items and stuff, and it's actually really kind of clever how they get away with some of this stuff. Like they use different levels of opacity layers, and then they, like, for example, they'll sell like a shirt with porn on it, and they'll lower the opacity to 10%, and that'll get through the AI porn filter. But then if you put that like as a on top of your shirt, because you have layers of clothes in Roblox, allegedly, if you have like a black shirt on the bottom, then it pops out. And they're doing all sorts of sneaky things, like they're doing like mosaics that you layer over each other. One of them was very funny. I saw one example. Hold on, I'll have to show you how this works. I saw one example that was like, so for example, in Roblox, what you can do is you can sell designs with a shirt. So you have like a t-shirt like this. Right, here's your t-shirt. So you sell one t-shirt that looks like this. It's like, well, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just a white t-shirt with with a cool little symbol on it. But then like you've got like your second t-shirt, which is like the overshirt. Like this is the vest or something. This is a vest with like a 10% opacity, okay? And then this side looks like this. And then they overlap them. And well, I guess you have to use your imagination, but they can do that as well. Like you can actually program Photoshop to make things like half of the pixels be removed so that you can have like full images that can get away with that by just when lowering it. It's like a magic eye, basically. It's kind of crazy. It's almost like ingenious how they get away with it. I know a suspicious amount about this. I watched a video right before the stream about it. Never mind. I will be on record, hand to God, I have never, and I will never have a Roblox account, okay? I have never played the game Roblox, okay?
meant for kids and teenagers, and it's being joined by a Discord bot that is promoting CSAM content. And remember, some of these bots actually have f***ing CSAM as their profile picture. So these bots are joining Roblox games and exposing kids to CSAM content. In fact, when I was making this video, I had over 50 different viewers telling me about this problem, and I have cut it down to be as short as humanly possible to get my message across. This is everywhere. It's not a matter of if you'll find one of these accounts, it's when you'll find one of these accounts. Because here's the problem. They will spam your chats advertising this stuff. They will also friend request people on your Discord server and spam their DMs advertising CSAM content. So before on Discord, you would never be exposed to CSAM content unless you were a predator trying to find it.
Out of curiosity, I mean, you don't have to participate in this poll if you want to, but if you've seen something illegal on Discord, you can put 1 in the chat, and not by your own volition, of course. Obviously, like, you are unwillingly a victim of this, of seeing it. I'm curious because I have not. And I'm wondering how much, like, maybe it's just because I travel in different circles. Like I said, like, if I look at my Discord right now, the only things that I'm a part of is, like, I've got the dinosaur game that I play. I've got the Zomboid server. I've got Potentially Criminals Discord. I've got Legal Mindsets Discord. I think I've got one for Lord of the Rings on Prime. That's right. I joined that so I could look at the memes when I was making the Lord of the Rings videos. I've got a couple for StarCraft, and that's about it. And then I've got a couple of dead ones there. Nothing. I think that's the case, right? I think it's not as bad as this video is leading us to believe. I think it's because he maybe circulates in these sort of zones that are more targeted towards younger players, like Minecraft, like Roblox, that if you're in those sort of communities, I think this is more prevalent. But for me, fortunately, and I assume most others, it's not as much as an issue. Hopefully,
but as we have gone through the stages of this problem, if you join any Discord server, you can be exposed to CSAM content because these bots are everywhere, infiltrating every corner of Discord. And again, a lot of them have CSAM as their profile picture. And that is how Discord's CSAM problem has gotten significantly worse. But what is Discord doing about this? And to explain how broken this system is, which I've already shown you plenty of already, I want to take a look at this article called Hiding in Plain Sight, Exposing Discord's Thriving Exploitation Networks. And I'll have this linked in the description. It is well worth your read. But the reason why I want to point this out is because this article is based on numbers, actual fucking data. It's not just me talking anecdotally about what my viewers and I have experienced. These are actual numbers through Discord's Digital Services Act disclosure. Because now what happens is that Discord needs to disclose why they ban people and which accounts they banned. And in this article, I want to point out...
Is that the number of people they banned? Statement of reasons. Is that like 16,000 reasons? So every day, 16,000 people are getting banned? Is 27,000, 13,000? Is that how it is?
Is that Discord needs to disclose why they ban people and which accounts they banned. And in this article, I want to point out on January 31st, 2024, before the...
That's really interesting. Could you search that? Like if your friend gets banned on Discord, you can search the reason and find out why? I assume that the user data is anonymized, but if not, that'd be really crazy. I mean, you should assume... This is just good advice for Discord. You should assume that at some point, everything you've posted on Discord will be leaked. I assume that's what's going to happen one day because everything is archived permanently. None of it is encrypted. So any people you talk with Discord, don't send anything that'll get you in trouble. Don't send anything you wouldn't be happy with the public seeing. That's my standard for Discord, is I treat Discord as an open forum, and I assume that everyone was watching and haven't had any problems with it so far using it like that. What the fuck? Why is there like 3 different people saying assume? Do I say assume strangely? This is the first that I'm hearing of it. What do you say? Assume? Do you guys say assume? I assume the worst. No, it's I assume the worst, right? Is it? Hold on a second. We've got a quick pronunciation check.
Assume.
That's wrong.
Assume.
All right, that's the British pronunciation. What's the American?
Assume. Assume.
Fuck. Chat was right again. It is assume. Assume. Not assume? Assume. Assume. Okay. English is my second language, guys. You got to be nice to me. Oh, my camera turned off.
U.S. Senate, then CEO of Discord, Jason Citron, expressed his confidence in...
Wait, what the fuck? Discord's CEO? Is he fucking lemon? We're listening to Jason Citron? What's next? Like Michael Satsuma? What the fuck is this?
Discord safety practices. In the very same appearance, he had given a written testimonial where he, in his words, stated, no matter how Discord identifies violative content, users who upload child material CSAM to Discord are permanently banned from the service. Except when you look through the DSA data, they found through their analysis that one Discord account got punished for protection of minors, illegal, like straight up says fucking illegal. You can see this happened on July 23rd, April 23rd, April 22nd. They have been punished multiple times. Actually, no, not multiple times. Sorry. They have been punished 248 times.
What the fuck? He can't keep, like, unironically, he cannot keep getting away with this.
248 times they have been punished, and Discord is saying that they permanently ban people. In fact, in the analysis, through a sample of 63 illicit servers conducted in August of 2025, so pretty fucking recent, they found out of the 15,000 unique users identified across the 63 servers, 5,695, approximately 38%, had at least one prior violation recorded in the DSA logs. Now, the problem is that these violations could be like cyberbullying and then child safety, except they did the data. They actually went through the data, because out of these 5,695 repeat offenders, it was found that they were responsible for a total of 22,000 documented violations. And out of those,
wow, they're prolific.
Those 22,000 violations, 19,339, or approximately 86%, were explicitly categorized by Discord's own system under statement category protection of minors. And to really
90% of this, essentially 90% of the suspensions were for related to minors. Proliferation of super predators. Holy shit. Like, what the fuck?
drive the point home. The most prolific offenders were accounts dedicated to distributing links to external CSAM platforms like Telegram, what I've shown you, and a significant number of these accounts have accumulated over 100 separate child safety violations. Yet they remained long enough to be scraped in this 2025 data set. How can Discord say we have zero tolerance policy for this when in their own data that they have to give to the EU because they are legally forced to, it does not even prove that point. And to make things even better, by the way, this is f***ing crazy. But during this investigation, Discord DSA reports provided in-depth granular data where you could look at people's user IDs and figure out all this stuff. But after August 2025, they completely anonymized everything so that people cannot go through this data and realize how fucked up Discord is. Now,
wait, so if I'm reading that right, so you actually could look at so if we had watched this video, or I mean, the video didn't exist prior to this, obviously, but if this video had come out in July and you knew somebody that was on Discord that was banned, you could have actually publicly ID searched them, and you could know if your friends were engaging, or no, let's say not friends, because obviously, you know, these people aren't your friends. They're monsters that need to be exterminated. But you could have searched for them, and then they decided to not anonymize them. Seems like a bad play there.
Anonymized
because people love using the same call sign across all platforms. I mean, I guess there could be some problems with if people use their real name, or if you're impersonating someone, for example.
Everything so that people cannot go through this data and realize how fucked up Discord is. Now, further in the article, they talk about systemic flaws in content removal and persistence. Translation, when Discord bans and removes stuff, it sucks fucking ass. In fact, I've shown you in this video where there was that deleted user that still had their message promoting their Zangy and their Telegram, which promoted CSAM content. And in this article's analysis of 100 illicit Discord servers, they found 462,000 messages. And out of those messages, just under 20,000 messages, approximately 4.3%, were identified as orphan, where the person sending the message, the user account is deleted either by them or by Discord for being banned. And out of those 20,000 messages, they found that 507 of those messages contained media attachments.
So there was just like they deleted the user, they made a new account, but then the thing they posted, which was CSAM, allegedly, or most likely, just still exists there. In Discord, there's nothing, like they're just like, yeah, this is a perfect system. What's the problem?
Images, videos, other files. And when they looked through and did a manual review of those 507 media messages, they found over 300 messages depicting either CSAM or acts of zoophilia. So like I showed you with that one message, even when the Discord account...
I mean, I think you know where we can send these people, all straight to the wall. The wall. Send them there. They deserve. Straight to the chipper.
Gets banned, the message remains. And in this analysis, it wasn't just messages that were being left up. It was actual photos and videos of CSAM or zoophile content. Teenagers can...
Like, unless this is all new content that they're posting, like, they do actually have records of this shit. Like, what they do is they create, like, the FBI creates, like, hashes of these of previously discovered images. that allow them to detect without actually hosting the material. Why doesn't Discord have these sort of things in place? It's actually not that, like, Josh with the Kiwi Farms was able to figure this out and apply it to the Kiwi Farms, I believe. But Discord can't. One Floridian coder was able to figure this out, and all of Discord can't figure this shit out.
Still be exposed to this stuff. How is this okay? And before I go on like a 30-minute rant and make this video even longer than it is, the biggest takeaway that everyone needs to understand is that you as a normal Discord user can be exposed to these CSAM bots that have profile pictures of actual CSAM. And the thing is, when these Discord accounts get banned, all the predators have to do is just make another Discord account. And the people running these accounts, when they get banned, their messages might stay, which to them is a win. They're already advertising, and it encourages them to make another Discord account and continue making bots to spam everywhere across Discord. And as I've shown you, as time continues, this problem gets worse and worse. But for now, I'm gonna go eat ice cream for therapy. Bye bye, love you. Mwah!
All right.
One quick thing before I clicked on the re-upload of a video that
no, wait, what the fuck? The femboy one was in the middle. I clicked on it by accident. Okay. I think this guy exclusively does like I mean, a good video exposing a very real issue that needs to be fixing the problem. So if you're interested in seeing these sort of things, this is no text-to-speech. Looks like he does a lot of Discord stuff. There's the there's the Discord Guna scamdemic, infiltrating Russian Discord. Like, this seems very promising. I might check these out in the future. But anyway, chat. There you have it. That's the camera's broken, the cable's scuffed. But it is December, so I hope that this is obviously a bit of a dark ending to this stream. But I hope you have a Merry Christmas and, you know, put some good into the world if you can. Much support, much thanks for the support tonight, and we're going to head out. So peace. Have a good one, chat.